Hello dear students, welcome to Example. Today we are going to discuss the very first chapter, the sentence of Sparkling English Grammar for Standard 8th, and in this chapter we will discuss the key points. What is a sentence? What are the parts of a sentence? Types of sentences and types of sentences based on their structure. So to get each and every point very clearly, you must watch this video from the very beginning to the end. So let's start this video and discuss each and every point one by one. So what is the first point? First point is sentence. What is a sentence? What is a sentence? The definition is already given in a book. So I will only explain. So what is a sentence? What a sentence is a group of words. A sentence is a group of words that conveys a complete meaning. It means you can write anything meaningful. That will be a sentence. For example, if I write Mac is an intelligent boy. Then this group of words conveys a complete meaning and tells us something about Mac. So this sentence, this group of words is a sentence. Take one more example. My book is very old. This is also a meaningful group of words. So this is also a sentence. And now we can divide this sentence into two parts. What are those two parts? Those two parts are subject and predicate. We can divide each and every sentence into two parts. What are those two parts? A subject and a predicate. Let's divide. So what's the sentence? Mike is an intelligent boy. So first of all, we will find what is the subject. What is the subject? Subject. Now we are discussing the second point, parts of a sentence. So what is the subject? Subject is who or what in a sentence. What is subject? Subject is who or what in a sentence that performs any action. For example, Mike is an intelligent boy. So who is an intelligent boy? Answer is Mike. Who is intelligent boy? Answer is Mike. So Mike is subject here. Who is subject here? Mike is subject, and the other part except subject is predicate. So I think did you get you got the point very well. So I found out what is that. Mike is subject. Mike is subject, and the rest part other than subject, this one, that is predicate. This one is predicate. So a sentence can be divided into two parts, one subject and second one predicate. Let's take one more example. If I write my friend, lives in Mumbai. Then in the sentence, who lives in Mumbai? My friend. Who lives in Mumbai? If I ask a question from the sentence, who lives in Mumbai? Who lives in Mumbai? Then answer is my friend. So in this sentence, my friend is subject. Who is subject? My friend is subject, and the other part except subject including a verb. This is called predicate. I think you got the point very well. A sentence has two parts. How many parts? A sentence has two parts. A sentence has two parts. One, subject, and other one predicate. Other one is predicate. One subject, other one is predicate. Predicate includes a verb. Predicate includes a verb, and all the words except subject are predicate. So in this sentence, what is subject? Subject is my friend, and this portion is predicate. I think you got the second point very well. A sentence can be categorized, can be divided into two parts, one subject and other one is predicate. So let's proceed to third part. What is the third part? The third part is types of a sentence. Types of sentence, types of sentences. So in this topic, we will classify the sentences. If I say types of sentences, then sentences can be classified. Sentences can be classified into types of sentences. Types of sentences. Sentences can be classified into 5 parts. In how many parts? Into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sentences can be classified into 5 parts. So what are those parts? First one, declarative. Declarative sentences. Declarative sentences also called assertive sentences. Assertive sentences. Second one, interrogative sentences. Second one, interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences. And third one, if I say third one, imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. And fourth type, exclamatory sentences. And fifth one is optative sentences. Optative sentences. So sentences can be categorized, can be classified into 5 parts. First one, declarative or assertive sentences. Second one, interrogative sentences. And third one, imperative sentences. Fourth one, exclamatory sentences. And fifth one, optative sentences. So now let's take some examples of each type. First one, as declarative sentences. What are those sentences? Declarative sentences. So we must take some examples of declarative sentences and understand is in a better way. Declarative sentence or assertive sentences. Assertive sentence can be divided. Assertive sentence can be further divided into 2 parts. What are those 2 parts? Those 2 parts are affirmative and other one is negative. Affirmative sentence and negative sentence. Affirmative sentence is also called positive sentence, and negative sentence has some negative words like no, not, never, hardly, scarcely, few, little. These are some very famous negative words. So let's take first of all affirmative sentences. Affirmative sentences convey a positive meaning. For example, I write, you are my best friend. You are my best friend. So this sentence has a positive meaning. That's why it is affirmative. It is affirmative sentence, as it is telling something about a positive sentence. Let's take some negative example. One negative example. If I say Rocky, if I say Rocky is not completing his homework. Rocky is not sorry, not is using here. Rocky is not completing his homework. That's why this sentence is negative, as we used not here. What we used here? We used here not, and any sentence in which we use not, no, never, few, little, hardly, scarcely, those sentences are negative sentence. So second sentence is negative sentence. So this is first assertive sentence. It can be divided into two parts, one positive and one negative. So let's take other one, second one. Second one was interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, we ask some questions. What we do? We ask some questions. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, we ask some questions, as I write, how are you? How are you? It is an interrogative sentence, as we are asking something here. How are you? Next one. How do you do? Interrogative sentence. Another one. What do you like to eat? What do you like to eat? All these sentences are interrogative. Do you listen? Do you listen music? Do you listen music? In all these sentences, we are asking some question. So any sentence in which we ask a question, that is interrogative. And next type was imperative sentence. What was that? That was imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, we give suggestion. What do we give? Suggestion, advice. We give suggestion, advice, request, command, order, etc. All these things, all these actions are done in imperative sentences. And in imperative sentences, generally subject you is missing. We don't write subject you. We directly start sentence from a verb. For example, open your book. For example, open your book. Open your book. This is an imperative sentence. Don't make a noise. This is an imperative sentence. Come here. Imperative sentence. Go away. Imperative sentence. So imperative sentence also can be divided into positive and negative. As one positive sentence, positive sentence, and this one second one is negative sentence as we used here, don't. So imperative sentence can also be divided into two parts, positive and negative. So all these sentences are imperative sentence. Next one was exclamatory sentence. What is that? Exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence. In exclamatory sentences, we express sudden feelings. What we express? We express our sudden feelings as hooray, hooray, we won the match, we won the match. This feeling comes at the last moment of match when we win it. Hooray, we won the match. Alas, we lost the match. Or wow, 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 it is a pleasant day. So all these type of sentences in which we express our sudden feelings are called exclamatory sentences. And one more thing, exclamatory sentence has its exclamation mark. It is compulsory. So I think you got very well what are the exclamatory sentences. Now we will discuss optative sentences. What are those next sentences? Optative sentences. Dear students, in optative sentences, we wish for someone, we pray for someone. Optative sentences. Optative sentences. In these optative sentences, we wish for others, we pray for others and for himself, ourselves also, and especially in these sentences, work is done by God. So let's take some examples. For example, I write, may God save him. May God save him. Or God bless you. God bless you. This is blessings. In these sentences we also curse, like go to hell. Or we can write God save or king. So these type of sentences, when we pray for someone, when we wish for someone, those sentences are called optative sentences. So these are the 5 types of sentences in which sentences can be classified. Now last point remaining, that is types of sentences based on their structure. So structural based sentence, types of sentences, types of sentence, and this classification is based on structure. Structure based classification. Structure based classification. On the basis of structure, we can classify the sentences into 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? First one, simple sentence. What are those? Simple sentence. Second one, compound sentence. Third one, complex sentence. Complex sentence. Simple sentence. In simple sentence, we write a simple thing. We write a simple positive or negative thing. In compound sentences, we join 2 sentences, but both the sentences, principal clause and subordinate clause, stand independent. And in complex sentences, 2 clauses, principal clause and subordinate clause, and subordinate clause depends on the principal clause. Like this, one is principal clause and other is subordinate clause or subordinating clause. So in these sentences, subordinate clause depends on principal clause. Subordinate clause depends on principal clause, and here principal clause and subordinate clause both are independent. Principal clause doesn't depend on subordinate clause in compound sentences. I think you got this point very well. So this structure is based on structural division. Sentences can be divided into three types. What are those? Simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. One more thing, the conjunctions used in compound sentences are and, both, but, yet, either or, neither nor, not only but also, like these sentences. And in complex sentences, the conjunctions used are because, so, when, why, whether. These conjunctions are used in the formation of complex sentences. So this was the first class. Hope you enjoyed this class, and if you like this video, so share this video with your friends also, and subscribe the channel Exam War and press the bell icon to get the latest update of each and every class. Thank you.